funny, adventurous, crazy, courageous, loyal and never boring. That's Brad. Life over the past 30 years with Brad in my life has been full of adventures. We've shared our hopes, our joys, and our life's challenges. I'll get emotional. Our dreams for what... Come here, Bradley. Bradley.
Bradley in trouble.
Our dreams for what could be and for what is important in life throughout these years. I first met Brad back in 1986. He was 20 years old. But where did I meet him? At a local bar. Where else? On the Gold Coast. I just finished working at the Royal Hospital for Women, and I was starting a new beginning up here on the coast. I must say we had such fun times. Dancing to Madonna, Bananarama, Rick Astley. Brad was bright, bubbly, and always full of mischief, but a little sarcastic at times. Dare I say? Never. I was fortunate to have met Brad at this time. He made life such fun. Brad came to live with myself and my partner John, who's just over there.
You're next.
In Sydney. We shared such great times. Lots of laughter, lots of runway walks. And he'll always be forever known as our baby bear. A little in-house joke there. It took a little prompting for Brad to leave us after about 3 months. But he did leave the nest. I think Lynn could understand that. He did finally leave the nest. Over the years, we've shared many a laugh and some tears. Brad has the ability to bring people into your life and live large. I'll never forget my 40th birthday. The white boots, fabulous show, and that night Miss Barb pushed all the queens off the pedestal at Ark and made the stage her own. Nor will I never forget the time Brad and Lynn were sitting, this is emotional, we're sitting in the pew at Mum's funeral. And that meant the world to me, and that's the true measure of Brad's friendship and love for what true friendship is about. Not only sharing the good times, but also being there for the difficult times and times of deep sadness. On a final note, I'd just like to say it's been a privilege to have Brad as a friend. It's been a journey of Brad growing into the man he is today, never losing sight of what is important, his friends and his family. Through Brad, we've been lucky to meet some wonderful people, and I'm thinking Julian and Sean, just to name a few, and many that are here today. We shared some great times with his mum, Lynn and Don, and we've got to know his sister Suzanne. I'd like you to raise your glasses. So everyone needs a glass. Has everyone got a glass?
Oh my God, can we share it?
So Brad, we're here to celebrate with you on this special day. Wish you a fabulous 50th birthday and much happiness for the future. And we will love you.
This is whatever I say tonight is coming from the heart. This is not through rehearsal or preparation. We drove down from Brisbane yesterday, and as you do, you encounter heavy traffic. So it was going to take a couple of hours, but it took us 3.5 hours. But that was in the moment I realized that when Brad was sharing all the stories, when we stuck in traffic and looking at the house you used to live in, say, oh, grandfather shouldn't have sold that place, or yeah, all the vegetation is fucking awful. And then oh, look at that bush, familiar. So I just realized that that Brad's life is accumulation of moments. The moments you all contribute to his life, and today is such a special event. for people to bring those moments together in one. It's such a precious moment, and thank you so much for being here. And just with the accumulation of those moments, Brad so and his 50th birthday is so well celebrated, and I love you. We love you. Happy 50th.
Things I, to say about Brad.
Thank you very much.
Well, okay, I might not be as chatty as Brad, but I did learn from him that I had a voice, and it was an important one. So what can I say about the Brad I know? The Brad I know is the social butterfly, the party animal, the organizer of Christmas gatherings, the hater of seafood, and I also love how he always mentions that, Julian wasn't into indoor plants, until he met me. I told Julian to come out of his shell and be all social. I can't remember, all the things that he's mentioned that he's influenced me in my life. And so much so that apparently I've become Brad Jr.
Yeah.
Never mind the work I did, to make me the person that I am. But no, I digress. But the truth is, Brad has always been a big influence on me, even when we first met in 2001 until now. Ooh. So basically, Brad saw in me a lot of the qualities which were buried inside, and he did have a hand in bringing them out, and I'm a better man for it. So I have to share with you a little story about, how we know Brad loves to party. He loves to party. A couple of years ago, we met in Melbourne for our annual getaway when he moved to Tasmania. So, oh, you know that one. Well, not everyone knows that story.
I'm getting a hot blush.
I know, me too. So I went back to the hotel early after we went out for a couple of drinks and dance, And so he wanted to stay out, so that was fine. I was like, I'll go back to the hotel room. So he stayed for a couple of drinks afterwards. And what happened? So he came back tipsy and went to bed. And in the middle of the night, he got up and went to the bathroom. But instead of going to the bathroom on the left, he decided to turn right and go out of the hotel room and lock himself out of the hotel. And of course, I was dead asleep, so he was banging on the door, couldn't get in, and had to go down to the front desk. And I can't remember what you said to the front desk, but you managed to concoct a story or some story, and then you managed to get back into the room somehow, and then you said
Because it wasn't in my name.
it wasn't in his name, it was in my name. And basically said, I was banging the door outside, you don't love me, and all that. And I said, you know what, it's 3:30 in the morning, I don't love you, just go to sleep. Leave me alone. So that was, an interesting night that we had. It was really funny, but even after that, that I still enjoy going out with you, and you can tell that I went to the US with you last year, and we had a really good time. So we've been through a lot as good friends, and I know you have my back, and I know that, and you must know that I have yours. And I've been privileged to see you grow into the fine person that I know today. And I wanted to say how happy I am to have you in my life. And and we love you, and yeah.
How can I follow that? I'll pretend you're all my quilting friends. Look, I love all the words you've said about Brad tonight, and if it wasn't for Don and I, he wouldn't be like this.
That's right.
So we've done our best, and this is the result.
I'm fine for now.
I I didn't hear that, but I'll get that later. No, he's been a good little boy and a bad little boy. And when Julian was telling that story before, I thought you might have been sleepwalking. Because he's known to sleepwalk. One story I'll tell you. We were sound asleep in bed. The next minute, Mum, Dad, the duck's laying there. The duck's laying there. Okay. And I put the light on, and here's these glassy blue eyes staring at us saying, the duck's laying there. That's good, Brad. Go back to bed. Off he went. So I don't know from this day to that, or whatever, what it was all about. But anyway, we love you, darling, and I don't know, I can't say any more. I have to give it.
If you don't know who I am, I'm actually Brad's wife. I'm actually Brad's wife. I'm his faux wife. He's my faux husband. We've known each other since 1999. We've been married for the most part. We did have a divorce for a minute. For a couple of years. And we went our separate ways and went to Tasmania and all of that sort of stuff. But all I can say is that I absolutely adore Bradley. And I know that if I was in any trouble or if I needed anyone, the first person that I would call is him. Because I know that he would be there at the drop of a hat. And I love him for it. And we've had some great times. We've had some really shitty times. But we've been there for each other, and I love you very much. And there's no place that I'd rather be here tonight than here. So thank you.
Well, thanks everyone for coming tonight. I really appreciate it. I look around the room here and I see years and years and years of life. Yeah. From whether it was Sally and Donna, Lisa, and even Natalie, who's our waitress tonight, went to school with me at Palm Beach Private High School, through to some very dear friends from a long time ago. Michael, you're here tonight somewhere sitting down at the back there. Here's my first friend who accepted me for who I am. And I'm always thankful for that, Michael, wherever you're sitting. It means a lot to me. And all through the years, I had the best times. And I want to thank you all for coming tonight. To my family, Mum, Dad and Suzanne, thank you. David, great brother-in-law. To my auntie and uncle who came up from Melbourne, Diane and Gary, thank you very much for coming. It means a lot to me. And, through the years, I've had some great times and I've had some very difficult times to get to where I am today. And I think sometimes you've got to go through the really tough times to actually realise who you are and what's really special to you and what means something to yourself. And I got through all of that and I'm very thankful. So I just want to say thank you everyone for coming. You all mean the world to me. I can't name you all individually, but for people who came from Sydney, from Melbourne, Teresa from Melbourne, people from Sydney, Steph and Steve, people who've come from the Gold Coast, and people who I haven't known for a very long time, who have just met in Brisbane. For you both all to come here, the couples that have come tonight, it meant a lot to me because I'm always looking for new friends and I'm always cherishing the long older friends, #old. To Mum and Dad especially, thank you very much for everything you gave to me and you did for me. It means a lot to me. To my sister who used to push me against the wall and smack me until I got bigger than her and gave her a blood nose, thank you so very much. You're a darling. It's such a good life to be here right now, and it just means the world to me. So thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the night, and thank you very much for coming. Cheers. And thank you for the entertainment.
Evident there's a lot of love in the room tonight for you. So happy birthday. I believe that we have cake as well. So Brad, if you want to head over, we'll do the cake and everyone can get ready for their best version of happy birthday.